Good morning, everyone. I am Miss Ma'am Leia Katrin Belchan, and I will be your Mapeh teacher for the school year 2020 to 2021. Well, in your grade 7 Mapeh, you learned about the music of the Philippines. In your grade 8, you learned about the music of Asia. Now, for this grade 9, we will study about the history of Western music. Okay. So, we'll check the attendance first. Wow, I'm so happy that most of you are all present. And since it's our first meeting, that is a very good attendance. Okay, so let's start with a prayer. You will just read silently, and I will read it aloud. Dear God, we thank you for this opportunity to study and learn new knowledge and skills in spite of the pandemic situation that we will have today. Be with us always and bless us with your love and graces. All right, again, so since this is our first meeting, meron tayong mga guidelines we need to follow. And this is a virtual meeting, a new type of class discussion. So we need to follow some guidelines. Number one, turn off your microphone when the teacher is discussing the lesson. Number two, use your chat, your answer. Number three, do not write anything on the chat which is not related to the lesson. Number four, have a good Wi-Fi connection. Five, be sure you are comfortable. Number six, be on time. Now, may isa pa akong guidelines. Remember na you have to chat your answers. You have to write your answer in the chat. But there are times na kailangan natin ng inyong mapping notebook and pen for the answers, no? Okay? So what do you need to know? In this lesson, we'll focus on the music of the medieval period or the Middle Ages. We're also able to listen to selected music of vocal and instrumental music during medieval period. Activities will be done that will enhance your musical skills, especially on creating your own music in the medieval style. So this is our objectives. At the end of the lesson, you're going to describe the elements of selected vocal and instrumental music of the Middle Ages. Number two, listen perceptibly to selected vocal and instrumental music of the Middle Ages. Number three, evaluate. Wait, wait. So going to evaluate. Uh, so evaluate music and music performance using the guided rubrics. All right. So how do we read music? So remember, we're talking about music. And so how do we really, people study music? That remember, music is a sound. So we can only hear music. But how do people learn how to read music? Okay. Now, in order for in order for us to really transmit music, man created signs and symbols to transmit music. And so I have here a piece of a composition, and I want you to name the symbols or the musical symbols written on the piece. Okay, now tingnan natin kung nalaala niyo pa yung ating mga musical signs and symbols. So you will write the answer on your pen, are you on the paper, and then I will only give you 30 seconds to answer. Okay, so be ready now with your pen and paper. Your time starts now. Okay, time is up. So let's check now your answers. So you can check your own answer. So this is our answers. So number one is G clef. Sino nakakuha ng tamang sagot? Okay? Number two, or the answer is time signature. Number three, our answer is bar lines. Sino nakakuha ng tamang sagot? Number four is quarter note. Number five is a sharp
Sharp.
sign. Okay. So, wow. Sino mga, ang dami nakakuha ng correct answers. Now, in order for us to study the history of music, the history of Western music, we need to follow the timeline. No? So first, first is the medieval period. So it starts from the 11th century up to the 14th century. And then for the Renaissance time, next to medieval, is from the 14th century to the 16th century. Next is the Baroque period from 16th century to 1750. Next is classical from 1750 to 1820. Next is the Romantic time, 1820 to 1900. And 1900 up to the present time is what we call the 20th century to the 20th century music. Okay? So we start with the medieval music. Right? So before that, let us first have a pretest. So again, you have to use your Mapeh notebook for your answers. And we will check right away. Number one, music intended for worship. So again, you have to just write the letter of the correct answer. A, sacred music. B, secular music. C, Broadway music. Okay, you can write now the answer. Okay. So what's your answer? So the correct answer is sacred music. Sino nakakuha ng tamang sagot? Okay, just check your answer. The answer is A. Number two, a composition with a melodic one with no accompaniment. A, monophonic music. B, homophonic music. C, polyphonic music. So the answer is monophonic music or letter A. Number three, a composition for the use of voice. A, instrumental music. B, vocal music. C, polyphonic music. So the answer is vocal music. Number four, various signs written above a chanted text. Is it A, time signature, B, neum, C, kiss signature? The answer is boy, letter or neum. Number five, the approved sacred vocal music of the Catholic Church during the medieval period. A, Gregorian chant, B, troubadour music, C, love songs. So the answer is letter A. Okay, so write your scores now. So those who got five, excellent. For those who got four, very good. For those who got three, better. Two, fair. And for those who got one, well, it's not one. Now, for those who got three and below, don't worry because it's just a pre-test. So let's start now with our lesson proper. The medieval period is also known as the Middle Ages or the Dark Ages. It started with the fall of the Roman Empire up to the start of the early Renaissance in the 14th century. Okay, so it spans a period of 1,000 years. Pero ano nga ba talaga? So let's have a short glimpse of what had happened during the medieval time. So after the fall of Rome, different groups from the north and the south moved into the former Roman lands. So they created their own state ruled by warlords who called themselves kings. At naglalaban-laban sila. And there is a time na umabot pa ito ng 100 years. And there's a cycle of famine during the medieval. Susundan pa ito ng the bubonic plague pandemic of the 13th century. So nung panahon ito, there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of death, and there's a lot of migration during the time. And so the only basis for social unity is the Roman Catholic Church. So during this time, the church the Christian church influenced Europe's cultural and political affairs. And so ganun din sa musika. Pagdating sa musika, the church controlled much of the musical development of the period. Okay? And so there are three types of music during the medieval. Number one is sacred vocal music. Number two is secular vocal music. Number three is instrumental music. Nakakasunod po ba kayo? Okay? Masyado ba ako mabilis?
Okay
Okay
lang po,
lang
ma'am.
ma'am, nakakasunod
Okay lang
po.
po, ma'am.
Okay,
Okay
okay.
lang po, ma'am.
So again, pag
Nakakasunod.
sinabi nating sacred vocal music, this is for, okay, sacred. Pag sinabi nating sacred, this is, ano, para saan ba itong musika na to?
Simbahan, ma'am.
Yes, this is for religious purposes. And then pag sinabi nating secular vocal,
Outside
this
the
is
church,
for,
ma'am.
yes, this is for the
Outside
church. And
church.
of course, the instrumental, so it can be, pwede itong sacred, pwede din itong vocal, at pwedeng secular. Now, in the sacred vocal type, the Gregorian chant is the most common type of chant, of plain chant. It was named after Pope Gregory the First, who made this the approved music of the Catholic Church. So what does a Gregorian chant like? Narinig ba kayo ng Gregorian chant?
Hindi po.
You're a Catholic at ikaw ay churchgoer, sigurado narinig mo na ito. Yun nga lang, hindi mo alam na ito pala isang Gregorian chant. No? So I want you to listen to an example of a Gregorian chant. Kahit hindi mo maintindihan yung lyrics, it's okay. Okay? Now, as you listen, so I want you to um, I want you to listen carefully about on what the mood of the music. Okay, pag sinabi nating mood, ano ba yung feeling na naramdaman mo habang ikaw ay nakikinig? And then, ilan bang melody ang iyong napakinggan? Paano ba nila ito kinakanta? And of course, how is the flow of the music? It means, gaano ba ito kabilis? So, how fast and as slow is the music? So, this is called for the tempo. Are you ready for our listening? Are you
Yes,
ready?
ma'am.
So,
Yes,
as you listen, I want you to sit properly para mapakinggan ninyo ito ng maigi. So, the title of our music is Salve Regina. Okay, so yan ang ating Gregorian. Napakinggan niyo na ba itong kanta na to?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, very good.
Apo.
Now, usually, itong mga Gregorian chant, ay mapapakinggan kasi natin ito sa mga Catholic churches. Sa ibang churches, hindi ito natin maririnig. Alright? So again, so what is the mood of the music? Sino pwedeng sumagot? Anyone? Mr. Persentula,
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Peter.
ano yung naramdaman mo? What is the mood of the music?
Ano, ma'am? Majestic.
Majestic. Wow, majestic. Okay, tama yun. Well, ang mood naman kasi wala naman sinasabi ko ito'y tama o mali. How about for the others? Mr.
Yes.
Muray?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Mr. Roy, what is the mood of the music for you?
It seems like it's sending me to sleep, ma'am, in good way, or I have a peaceful mind.
Very good. So, feel mo na at peace ka because of the music. Now, how about the melodies? Ilang melody, ilang tono ang inyong napakinggan? Anyone?
Ma'am, isa lang.
Dalawa ba? Tatlo?
Ma'am.
Ilang melodies ba?
Ma'am, Richard ko isa lang.
Very good. So, isa lang. So, yung iba, ilang kaya napakinggan ng iba? Wala?
Only one, ma'am. One
Only
melody.
talaga. How about the flow of the music? Paano ba ito tumakbo? Mabilis ba? Mabagal ba?
So,
Ma'am, slow.
Very slow.
Low.
Okay. Nabore ba kayo sa musika ng Gregorian chant? Boring ba
no,
ito?
Relaxing,
Ha?
ma'am. Relaxing.
Again? Relaxing. Okay. So, well, this is really the characteristics of the Gregorian chant, no? Okay. Who wants to read? Can you read, Mr. Persincula?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Characteristics of Gregorian chants. Monophonic. Number two, free meter.
Okay.
Number three, modern.
Yes.
Number four, based on Latin
Okay.
liturgy.
Latin liturgy. And
Number
then,
five, use of neumes notation.
okay, thank you very much, Mr. Richard Persincula. So let's discuss in detail those its characteristics. So when we say monophonic, mono means one, and
one.
phonic means sound. So there's only one tune that can be heard in the music. So there are no other sound, even the presence of a musical instrument. Okay. Another is free meter. What does it mean by free meter? Okay, so you're already in grade 9, and so far you have already a knowledge of what is a meter. Now it says it has no rhythm. So during the medieval time, we have no concept of time
Time
signatures. So it
signature.
means it doesn't follow any key time signatures such as 2/4, 3/4, or 4/4. It just follow the flow of the text. So if the text is long, so the chanting is long. Okay? It also depends on how the singer can hold his breath, how long. Next is it's modal. So maybe a modal, it means modes, no? There are different charging modes. These modes are the basis of key signature during the Baroque time. No? So when we say that the music is in a key of C in our present music, that is Ionian, that the music is in a Ionian mode. So pag ito naman ay sinabi natin, oh, the music is in a key of D. So ibig sabihin, in the medieval time, that music is in a Dorian mode. Nasundan ba ako?
Yes, ma'am.
Nasundan ba? Okay. Alam mo,
Opo.
ang musika kung minsan talagang pag nakafocus ka, no? Right. Next, we have another characteristics. It's based on Latin liturgy. So, kanina, ang inapakinggan, Salve Regina. So, hindi ito English. Ito ay Latin. And then, of course, during the 700 AD, music, the Gregorian chant ay meron ng nilagyan na ito ng notation. And the notation is called neumes. So what are neumes? Okay? Who wants to read? Ano ibig sabihin ng neumes? Anyone?
Notation, ma'am.
Alright, so these
Ay,
are notation. So bibigyan ko ka ng example, ano ba itong neume notation? So I want you to look at this medieval or neume notation. No? So makikita mo itong mga ano na to, itong mga notes na to, actually yung mga nota natin before, hindi circle o hindi round yung mga head, kundi square. So what is the purpose of these neumes? Okay, nakikita nyo, wala naman siya sinasabi ito'y nasa re, although may apat tayong staff, pero hindi ito nagsasabi na ito'y nasa so, ito'y nasa t. Now, the neumes are only used to guide the singer whether the music is, whether the tune is going up or going down. But then, it doesn't help a singer na hindi pa niya alam yung neumes. Ito'y makakatulong lamang sa mga singer na alam na niya dati yung chant. Eh, sino ba ang gumagamit ito? Sino ba yung kumakanta? At sino ba ang gumawa ng Gregorian chant? Okay? So, saan ba ginagamit o saan ba natin ito mapapakinggan palagi? Gregorian chant were created by some of the monks, perhaps, and then wala kasi nakakaalam talaga kung sino ang gumawa ng Gregorian chant. Because noong time na yon, lahat ng chant na ginawa ay dinodonate sa church. Okay, so wala nakakaalam. It is being used in the monastic rites and sa liturgy ng Catholic Church. And of course, during the time of Pope Gregory the First, meron siyang mahalagang ginawa kaya tinawag sa kanya ng Gregorian chant. So during the time of Pope Gregory the First, kinonsolidate na yun, inorganize na yung lahat, yung mga accumulated chants na yan, and nilagay niya sa isang libro. And because of that organization, yung mga Gregorian chant ay na-assign ngayon sa specific times of the Mass. For example, meron chant pagdating ng Easter, meron chant pagdating ng Lent, no? Merong chant pagdating ng Christmas. Okay? Now, sa mga hindi Catholic, at they are not actually practicing no yung ganung klase. But well, yung time kasi na no medieval, most of Europe are Catholics, no? So kaya gano'n, madali nilang na-assign. At since palawak noon no, yung Christianity, so they have to really uh, organize the chant. Okay? Now, that is for the medieval time and for the sacred music. Now, after no, the later part ng Middle Ages, dumating na ngayon tinatawag ng secular music. Para saan nga yung secular music? Para saan nga? What is the purpose of, what is the use of secular music? Anyone?
Ma'am, they use it outside the church.
So,
Yes,
music,
ma'am.
secular music is?
They use it, ma'am, outside the church.
Okay, so ECS, that is called non-religious or non-church music. Okay? So, during their time, no, wala pang mga television noon, wala pang TV. So, there are group of traveling musicians. Ang tawag nila dito ay troubadours. Okay? So, these troubadours, they go from one place to another and they perform on streets. Okay? So, ano makikita ninyo sa ating picture? Okay, ano makikita ninyo sa isang sa group of troubadours? Okay? So, meron ng mga
They have already musical
ninyo,
instruments, ma'am,
presence of
accompaniment.
musical instruments, ano pa? Yes, yeah, the presence of musical instrument, yes. So, these troubadours, so what are the characteristics of troubadour music? Okay?
Ma'am,
So I want you to listen to an example of troubadour music. And then I want you to characterize ano ba ang kaibahan nito sa ano bang kaibahan nito uh, sa ating present. Okay na. Sa ating Gregorian chant music. Okay, so what is the mood of the troubadour music? Okay, anyone? What is the mood? Ano yung naramdaman habang pinapakinggan ninyo ang isang sample ng troubadour music o medieval music o secular, no? Anyone who can answer?
it's a lively music, ma'am.
Lively music.
Ma'am.
How about the others? Ano sagot ng iba? Ano yung kanyang naramdaman habang pinapakinggan niya ito? It's lively and then, how about the tempo? The tempo is, the flow, gaano ba ito kabilis? Mabagal ba ito? Katulad ng Gregorian chant?
Fast.
Fast,
It's
ma'am.
fast
Fast
music. It's
tempo.
lively and it's fast. Okay, how about, ma'am, ano pang napakinggan ninyo kanina? Maliban sa musical instruments, ano pang inyo napakinggan?
The
Merong?
voice,
Yes,
vocal, ma'am.
yung mga
Vocal.
kanta.
It's a
Vocal.
vocal.
Okay. So, maliban sa kumakanta, meron pa, yung tono ng kumakanta, meron pa ba kayo ibang napakinggan ibang tono? Well, ang musical instrument nila, actually, ano lang yun eh, parang gumagawa lang ito, just provide the accompaniment. Pero yung kinakanta nila, aside dun sa kumakanta, meron ba kayo ibang narinig iba pang tono? Meron pa ba? Okay, so kung makinggan ninyo, isa lamang ang inyong napakinggang tono. Now, katulad ng Gregorian chant, troubadour music is also monophonic, one melody in a composition. But there's a difference. During the time of the medieval, meron na itong improvised accompaniment. So it doesn't tell us about uh, Psalms. It doesn't sing about the Psalms, but the courtly love. And then, kung ang Gregorian chant ay in Latin, ito naman ay sa French language. Kasi nagsimula ito sa France. Okay? So, one of the famous composer of medieval period is Adam Dilal. Okay? He was a French troubadour, a poet, and a musician. Okay? So, and one of his surviving musical play ay yung ating Judy, Rubin, at Marion. O Rubin, si Rubin at saka si Marion. This is a love story. No? And so this is one of the example. Ito yung kanyang Rubin. No? So let's try to play this. Okay, so that is our musical play. Wow. So anong inyong na-observe, no? Anong inyong masasabi dito sa musical play ni uh, Adam Dilaan? Okay? Anong inyong uh, anong inyong description, no, sa musika nito? Okay? So again, it's lively music. Huh? Well, the musical instrument during their time is only used again, for accompaniment. So, yung wala itong, it doesn't have follow a melody, no? And so, these are some of the medieval musical instruments. All right. So, which music did you enjoy more? The Gregorian chant or the troubadour music? Anyone who can answer? Okay. So, maybe some of the others will. What's your choice, Miss Peroy?
Troubadour.
Troubadour. Bakit mo nasabing troubadour, Miss Sumuray? Bakit mas
Kasi
gusto mo?
lively po yung music niya.
Yes,
Enjoyable.
okay, enjoyable. Sa Gregorian chant, sino mas gusto ang Gregorian chant?
If you want peace, ma'am, peaceful mind, you can listen to a Gregorian chant.
Very good. So because sabi nga Gregorian chant is parang it's really dahil mabagal ito.
For
Somehow
meditation.
again?
For meditation po.
Yes, for meditation kung gusto mo magdasal, no? So maganda itong musika mo. Alright, so in order for you to appreciate more about Gregorian chant, so I want you to create a simple tune to the text. Okay, so simple lang naman tune. Hindi napakaganda, no? So you can, so this is our text. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. So your tune must be in the style of Gregorian chant. So tandaan natin yung mga characteristics ng Gregorian chant, ha? And then you sing and record your created tune. and just send it to our Google Classroom account kasi medyo matagal ito gawin. So to give you an ample time to create your own tune, so you can do it, pwede na ito nating assignment. Right? So this is our rubrics. So again, the originality, dapat nandun, the melody, and of course, the intonation. Now, how can the Gregorian chant, so this will be our reflection now, how can the Gregorian beat be significant to your life? Again, you can answer this, no, you can uh, send your answer in our Google Classroom. And of course, we have a short quiz, now to start to end our lesson. Um, so you have to write whether it's Gregorian or troubadour music. Again, you have to write the answer on your Mapeh notebook, and check the answers later. So number one, using the choice liturgy. Number two, it says about chivalry and courtly love. Is it Gregorian or troubadour? Number three, uses musical instrument in the performance. Number four, with new notation. Number five, written in Latin. Okay, so time is up. So let's check your answers. Number one, what is the answer for number one? The answer is
Gregorian.
Gregorian. Okay, check for
Gregorian.
those who answered Gregorian. Number two, it tells about,
Troubadour.
Troubadour.
okay, troubadour. Number
Troubadour.
three, it uses musical instrument.
Troubadour, ma'am.
It's
Performance.
troubadour.
Troubadour.
Okay, number
Troubadour.
four. Number
Troubadour.
four, with new notation.
Gregorian, ma'am.
And number five,
Troubadour.
Gregorian.
Weekend, Gregorian.
Latin.
Gregorian.
Oh, that's Gregorian. Okay, those who got five, now for your answers, you can um, you can have a picture of it and send it to my messenger account. Okay? So I sana honest lang tayo sa ating mga answers. Okay? So that's all for today, class. Thank you and see you next meeting.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. See you po.
Thank you, Ma'am Leia.